Hello everyone. I wanted to touch on something that might be interesting for some people, and basically it is Copilot. So how Copilot is working and how useful it is. And here is a very good example because somehow it just blows my mind away, and I can't even explain that how well it is supporting my work and how well it can support your work. So let's see an example. This is Copilot in work. So what I want to show you here is that this is the web browser, and here you see that I have Microsoft 365 Copilot and I have the full version. So if you see Copilot, you see Copilot everywhere, also in the top right corner, also in the top left corner in the browser. And basically it goes into the Word, Excel, email, SharePoint, and basically everything what I'm doing. So it is built in and knows me very well so far, what I am doing, what I am asking for, what is my background. And let's say that I am using QuickBooks for accounting, and I have QuickBooks payment, and I have a website, and somehow I want to have WooCommerce to work with QuickBooks, and I don't know how can I connect the website purchases with QuickBooks, and how can people pay on the website for services or products that they wish to purchase, and how can that money goes into the bank account and also connect to QuickBooks and into the accounting system. So let's go and ask Copilot. Typing in, so basically I just open the web browser and Copilot pops up, and I just ask that, for example, can I use QuickBooks online payments method? I'm just online payment method in WooCommerce on my website, or I cannot connect my website, or I cannot connect my website method to use QuickBooks only payments, or my QuickBooks merchant account for payment processing. So this might be a quite mouthful, but let's ask. So I just quickly enter, and here it is Copilot searching, and here it comes, the information. You can use QuickBooks payment, also known as Intuit payment, with WooCommerce, and it gives me how the integration works. You can integrate QuickBooks payment into WooCommerce using the payment gateway. This plugin also allows you, and it gives you the setup requirements and the limitations and some alternative options. And let's ask that what is the difference between, so what is the difference between accepting online payments and syncing the website orders, the orders on the website. But let's see if Copilot understands it. The website orders with QuickBooks. So here it is. I press enter. A great question. So here's a breakdown. Accepting online only payments with QuickBooks. You are using the QuickBooks payment, the payment processor. Syncing the orders with QuickBooks is involved using Sync Tool plugin, MyWorks, Zapier, or whatever. And here it is basically giving me a summary, which is really helpful. Accepting payment and syncing the QuickBooks. So accepting the payment is only the payment processing, and syncing it is goes into the accounting mechanism. Okay, so here let's now ask that what is the difference between, or I still don't understand that how this works. There's accepting payments and syncing the website order with QuickBooks. So if I want to have more clarification, then I can ask, for example, that so please help me clarify the meaning of using the two different methods and what plugins I need on the website. I press enter, and so let's break it down. Accepting payment means I need the payment gateway. So what it does, this is what it does. The use scenario is only payment processing, and syncing means a full integration. So WooCommerce orders, customers, products. So what you need is, so basically here is suggesting that I need to use MyWorks, or there are some other alternatives, but this is their own, into its own plugin. Okay, so now let's ask that how much is this plugin? Do I need to pay for these plugins, or it is free to use? And here it comes. So here's the breakdown. The payment gateway plugin, only for accepting payments on the website, is $79 per year. And only for accepting payment there is a transaction fee, $79 per year. And for syncing the orders into QuickBooks it's another plugin. It is a MyWorks plugin, and it is $19 a month or $39 per month, or you can use free. And here it gives me a comparison, which is really great. Only for accepting payments, so only for accepting payments, it is $79 a year, the payment gateway. Syncing into the accounting system is free, or $19 a month. And if I use both plugins, either this or with the options. So here now let's clarify what is the difference. Why should I get the sync plugin for $19 per month instead of the free version? Let's see if Copilot understands it just like this. I'm not writing down what is this plugin. This is the MyWorks QuickBooks Sync plugin for WooCommerce. But I just simply press enter, and let's see if Copilot understands it, and it understands it. The free version of the MyWorks Sync is a good starting point, but the 19 plan offers several key advantages. So what you get for the free version is, it lists it up. What you get for the 19 per month is much more. And why would you upgrade? And here it gives me a really great comparison between the free plan and the 19 per month plan. So this is for syncing the website, all the orders made on the website with the accounting system in QuickBooks. Either free for free, or need to pay 19 a month, which is basically $240 a year or something about. So when to stick with free is when you're just starting out or few orders. And when you wish to upgrade, you have more than 7 days of orders to sync, inventory, automation, less manual work, reliable. Okay, so in that case, I don't understand that. What does it mean, syncing 7 days of orders? Doesn't it happen immediately when a customer is placing an order? Doesn't the plugin sync the order immediately into QuickBooks? Why does it talk about 7 days of orders to sync? So let's ask that, what does it mean 7 days of orders to sync? Does not it mean the plugin sync each order made on the website immediately with QuickBooks? So let's enter and ask. So just like this, great observation. So let me clarify what 7 days means in the free version. That new orders placed from today onwards will sync automatically in real time. You can only go back and sync from the past 7 days. If you have orders older than 7 days, that won't sync unless. So the real-time sync still works. So this is a scenario. So let's say today is July 6. The order was made on July 5. It does not sync. So in that case, the question is that, let's say I still don't understand that if the order was made on June 28 and today is July 6, then it must have been synced already. So let's ask Copilot, if today is July 6 and the order was made on June 28, then the plugin should have synced it on June 28th. June 28th. So then, what does it mean that the 7 days of order sync? What does the 7 days order sync mean in such case? So let's just enter and see if Copilot understands it. So let's follow up. The 7-day limit in the free version, the maximum age of past orders you allowed. Sync new orders from July 6 onward in real time allows you to manually sync. Does not allow syncing from June 28 or earlier. Order place, it will not sync it in the free plan, because the plugin is installed on July 6. And this is the key point. The plugin was installed on July 6, and whatever happened before the plugin installed, it will not sync it, which is clear enough. So the plugin does not retroactively sync orders that were placed before installation, unless they fall within the set. So if the plugin does not, so in that case, so let's ask that, and it's basically here. So to sync all the history orders, you will need to upgrade to the 19 months plan. And basically this is the key, and it was mentioned very well by Copilot. So let's go back now, and what do we know at this time? So we can have a plugin, a free plan, or a $19 a month plan. And the 19 also seeing custom field mappings. So let's ask Copilot that why should I need custom field mapping? So let's copy this and ask in the paid version of the plugin, what does it mean, custom field mapping? Why do I need this? And I also have a typo there, so plugin, and it understands it. So let's break it down. The custom field mapping examples, the custom checkout, order meta, and so on. So what you might need is you collect extra info at checkout and you use QuickBooks classes or classes. You sell customized products, and basically it really shows the difference between the free and the paid version. Without custom mapping, you only have basic fields like order total, customer name, product SKU, and these are the fields synced. Any extra data is ignored by QuickBooks. With the paid plan, you can choose exactly which WooCommerce fields goes into. Okay, so now let's ask that what was the name of this plugin? Let's see if Copilot can recall it. The plugin you are referring to is called MyWorks QuickBooks Sync for WooCommerce. So this is the plugin that, so let's ask which can use the custom field mapping. And I can choose between a free plan or a paid plan. So let's ask now that how can I get this plugin? Or where can I download it or ask for it? I don't know how to describe, but let's see how Copilot understands it. Okay, so here is download and get set. So here I can click on this and it takes me to WooCommerce QuickBooks. I will show you. So how to get the plugin. It gives me exactly how to get the plugin, all the steps, and how to install the plugin, and I can go to download and get the plugin. So if I click on this, here it is the plugin, and so this is what I need to download and install. And let's just see that. So this is the plugin. All right. Automated data flow between WooCommerce and QuickBooks. So this is the syncing the QuickBooks with the WooCommerce. Okay, so let's go back to Copilot and ask now that what else did I want to ask? So here we had the custom fields, and I also want to make sure that when I decide between the free and the paid plan, there is also scheduled sync, inventory, the past orders. Yeah, so we have decided that. And I want to know that, for example, now I want to know that what plugin do I need for the payment when the customer is paying for the service. It was also already mentioned at the beginning that I need a payment processing plugin. So it is the WooCommerce Intuit Payment Gateway. So I need the gateway. So let's ask now Copilot, and for the payment processing on the website, what plugin do I need? I already asked it before, but let's see what Copilot answers for this. So here it is. For the payment, it is basically, here it is the plugin, because I asked just before about how to download the plugin for the syncing. It immediately gives me the option. So here it is where I can download it. And with this, what this plugin does, and it is explaining that it accepts credit card payments, e-checks, and other pre-orders. So the cost is, I need to pay for this plugin $79, and there are certain requirements that the website need to have a SSL certificate, and how to get this plugin and how to install this plugin. So the question now is that, so I still have a lot of questions, so I need, let's just clarify it, that when a customer purchases a service on my website, it seems that I need a plugin for syncing the orders into QuickBooks for accounting, and also a payment processing gateway, right? It calls it gateway. And let's just ask that, is that correct? That I need both, and just press enter. I just want to make sure that, do I really understand it correctly? And yes, you are selling services on your WooCommerce website and want to manage both the payment processing and the accounting. So you will need two separate plugins, each serving different purposes. The payment processing plugin, which will be the Intuit Payment Gateway, and the order syncing plugin. The order syncing plugin will be syncing the orders into QuickBooks Online for accounting purposes. And we already checked out what is the difference between the free and the paid version. So now my question is that here I need to pay $79 for this payment processing plugin. So the question is that, why do I need to pay? Okay, but Copilot will understand when I make a typos also. So why do I need to pay for the payment processing plugin $79 per year? Why is it not free? Is it not free? The question is that, are there free alternatives? And let's ask what Copilot is saying. And it is thinking. You're absolutely right to ask. Here's a clear explanation why the gateway costs $79 and what a free alternative you can consider. So the Intuit Payment Gateway plugin costs $79, and it is a premium plugin with updates, spec patches, and the free alternative is the free WooCommerce plugin that offers functionality with Stripe, PayPal checkout, PeachPay, Molly. So here's a summary, and it is summarizing me the difference between the Intuit Payment Gateway and the other payment gateways. So now the question is, these are not QuickBooks compatible as opposed to the Intuit Payment Gateway. And if you are committed in using QuickBooks Payment, is currently the only official supported option, but if you are flexible, other alternatives. So the question is that this is a plugin for payment processing that is free as opposed to the Intuit payment gateway. If I select, so let's say if I choose the free Stripe plugin as opposed to the paid Intuit gateway for $79, then will I have to pay for transactions or other cost, or will I have other costs associated with online orders? So let's see if Copilot understands it. So even if you choose the free Stripe plugin instead of the dollar, you will still have a transaction fee, but not plugin cost. So it is a transaction fee. The Stripe for WooCommerce free plugin, but you have transaction fee. The QuickBooks, you have a plugin payment and you have a transaction. And here it compares very nicely that the Stripe free plugin, the plugin is paid, so here's the plugin cost, but you still have card fees and other types, so transaction related fees. And if you have monthly fee and setup fee, is a great choice if you avoid, okay. And now I want to ask that compare the transaction fees for Intuit, Stripe, and other alternatives, and other alternative, other alternatives. Let's see if Copilot understands it. I think it will. So here's the QuickBook, the Stripe payment, and here it is. It understood it. PayPal, and it puts me nicely in a table, and this is wonderful. So I have it all in a chart. So best for QuickBooks payment, if you are already using QuickBooks, then you may use that. Stripe is a free plugin, but the transaction payment. And here you can compare even though the plugin is free, you will have transaction cost, the card fee cost, and the international card cost, the ACH cost is 1%, or there is no standard there, and there is in-person payment options. Okay, so now I want to understand that basically similar, the fee payments are similar, and I still need to pay for the Intuit plugin $79 a year. So why would I pay this? What other type of plugins it mentioned? It mentioned PeachPay and Mollit. So you can ask if you want. So let's add PeachPay and Molly. So so please add PeachPay and Molly into the table above to compare them. And let's see if Copilot understands it. This is very conversational with Copilot. I'm just thinking and trying to understand what is what, and what do I need or not need, or how to compare them. And here it comes. Copilot understands it, and so here's an updated comparison table, including PeachPay and Molly alongside Stripe and PayPal, which is really excellent. So here you can see that you have the plugin cost, and actually I don't see here. This is the QuickBooks payment, Stripe and PayPal. Oh yes, it's here. So you can move here along, and there it is. So here I have PeachPay and Molly. So here is this long Excel, and this is wonderful. I have all the fees here. I don't need to search websites, or I don't need to search information and go through every single detail. It is just giving me what I need. So what else do I want to ask? I still don't understand, and here it gives me a very good takeaway. Stripe API great for global reach and flexibility and no plugin cost. QuickBooks payment is ideal if you want integration with QuickBooks, but it has a plugin. So the question is that why should I still pay for this QuickBooks plugin if there are free alternatives? Do I need to pay, for example, a setup cost? So let's ask. So why should I still pay $79 for the QuickBooks plugin if there are free alternatives? What value, what extra value does it add to me? Alternatively, if I use Stripe, for example, will I incur additional cost with the setup or transfer or transaction transaction fees? So this is quite a mouthful, and let's see if it understands it. You're asking a very smart and practical question. Why pay $79? So the plugin is specifically designed directly through the QuickBooks payment on WooCommerce. So what you get is a direct integration with QuickBooks payment. So why it might be worth it? You already use QuickBooks Online, so everything under one roof, avoid syncing issues. What you don't get is a free plugin. So the Stripe, what's the catch? So what is free is free, 100% fee, no setup fee, no monthly fee, except at the payment. What you still pay is the transaction fee. So this is what you get, and here it gives me once again the comparison, how the two plugins, for example, work, and I can use cuts and e-checks and some other. You will still need a sync plugin, MicWorks, if I use the QuickBooks plugin. Okay, so now let's ask, the customer pays online for the subscription, and where does the money go? The money goes into the bank, or the money will be deposited somewhere, for example, on an account somewhere, and the order will be synced into QuickBooks. So where does the money goes, and will it work automatically, or does it require some time? So when do I see the money in my bank account? So let's ask that when the customer place an order online. Okay, so online, and pay for the order, where does the money go? So let's just ask very bluntly to see if Copilot understands it. And I even have typo here, so I just want to keep the typo also to see how Copilot works. So where does the money go? Does it end up in my bank account, or it will be deposited into, I don't know, let's ask. So, or where will it be deposited? Where will it be deposited, and when can I see it on my bank account? So this is also quite a mouthful question, and let's see if Copilot understands it. So I just press enter, and here it goes. So when the customer places an order and pays on your WooCommerce website, where the money goes depends on the payment gateway you are using. Here's what it means. If you use Stripe, Stripe collects the payment and holds it temporarily. When you get it, the fund transferred to your bank account on a rolling basis, typically 2-3 business days. In QuickBooks, if I use the QuickBooks payment, for which I need to pay for the plugin $79 a year, the money goes into a linked bank account. When you get it, if it was by a credit card, the customer paid by a credit card 1-2 business days. If the customer paid with ACH, then 2-5. If I use the PayPal gateway or plugin, then basically it's here, it goes into the PayPal account and instantly available. And here it gives me a very good summary. This is really excellent. So it is comparing the deposit location, the time it reaches the bank account, and some information. So Stripe, QuickBooks, and PayPal. And let's just say that, can you add Square to this table for comparison? It is again a very conversational style of question for Copilot, and let's see how it understands it. So just press enter, and here it goes. Here it goes. It is working on it, and I updated the comparison table, and Square is added. So let's see where is Square. So here we have QuickBooks, Stripe, PayPal, and if I move is a little bit, so if I move this roller, it also added PeachPay, and here it is Square also. So it already considered all the information that I used previously about PeachPay and Molly, because I added to give me some information on this. It added those as well to the list. So let's just make this a little bit smaller to see it in one screen. It's still not, it's okay. So here it is. This is the payment. The payout time is 1 to, and here it is, instant to the Square checking. So let's ask that, maybe I don't understand, what is this payout time? What do you mean when you say payout time? What does it mean, payout time, in the table? In the table, does it mean the time when I see the amount paid by the customer on my bank account, or something else? And I even have typos there, so I just want to leave it to see if Copilot understands it. So this is once again a quite mouthful and conversational. Yes, you're exactly right. What payout time means in the table refers to the amount of time it takes for the money paid by the customer to be deposited in your bank account after a successful transaction. The process looks like this. The customer places an order, the payment gateway processes the payment, holds the money temporarily, and after processing, the fund transferred and linked to the payment. So for example, and it gives me an example, the customer pay 100, Stripe processes the payment and deducts the fee, $2.90, and the remaining is scheduled for payout, and you receive in your bank account by Wednesday or Thursday. So why payout time matters? Because it affects your cash flow. So this is really great. So now I want to know that who creates the invoice? So the customer placed an order on the website, and WooCommerce is involved in this. Where is the invoice? Who is creating the invoice, and how do I see the invoice? I also have QuickBooks Online, and I want to know that WooCommerce is creating the invoice or QuickBooks is creating the invoice, and how is it processed? So let's ask that in this online order on my website, who is creating the invoice? So this is a very simple question, almost like a basic question, but I want to see how Copilot makes sense of it and processing the information to me. So who is creating the invoice? So I just want to keep it like this. So let's see what Copilot is doing with this. So in an online order, WooCommerce, invoice is typically created automatically by WooCommerce. Who creates the invoice? So WooCommerce on your website, order confirmation, order number. If you use QuickBooks Sync, the Sync plugin automatically create a formal invoice or sales receipt. And what about Stripe payment? So here it is. These gateways process the payment but do not create invoices. They may generate transaction receipt or payment confirmation, but not full invoices. So in summary, who handles it? Who handles the invoice? The task, there is an order confirmation, the confirmed by WooCommerce. A basic invoice was made by WooCommerce, and a formal accounting invoice, if you use the Sync plugin, is created by QuickBooks, and a payment receipt by this. So in that case, let's say I still don't understand that if the customer is placing, so if the customer place an order and WooCommerce create a basic invoice, and I use the QuickBooks Sync plugin for accounting, then how QuickBooks will create, how QuickBooks will create a formal invoice, and how will that be sent, if at all, to the customer? So this is also quite a mouthful, but I just want to have an understanding that what is with this basic invoice and formal invoice. So in essence, what is the difference between the basic invoice by WooCommerce and the formal invoice by QuickBooks. And do I need this? So I want to have some, this is once again a very conversational question, and so let's ask. So here it is, I press enter, and you are asking really important questions, especially accounting, clean, and customer communication professional. So let's break it down. WooCommerce basic invoice, when a customer places an order, creates an order confirmation and an email receipt, what includes order number, product sales, total amount. What it lacks is no official invoice number, no tax reporting structure, not linked to the accounting system, and not legally formatted for bookkeeping in many regions. QuickBooks formal invoice via the sync, the QuickBooks sync. You may use this sync and it can automatically create a formal invoice or a sales receipt in QuickBooks Online. And it includes the customer name, line item. So what happens next? The invoice stored in QuickBooks for accounting, tax filing, and reporting purpose. And you can choose whether or not to email the invoice to the customer from QuickBooks. So this is optional, and many businesses don't send it if WooCommerce already sent a receipt. So WooCommerce order, so here's basically summarizing for me the key difference. Send to the customers, WooCommerce send to the customer in an email an invoice, that is the basic invoice. QuickBooks does not send an invoice to the customer, but QuickBooks will create for accounting an invoice, because we are talking about invoice now. Tax compliant format will create and fully customizable. So do you need both? Yes, if you want professional accounting, tax ready. No, if you are a very small business and you only need a basic receipt. So for best practices, WooCommerce handles the customer facing receipt, and QuickBooks handle the formal invoice for your record. So in that case, it means that the customer will receive the WooCommerce invoice automatically, which is the basic invoice, and QuickBooks will create an official one for me that will not be sent to the customer. So here it is saying that this is optional. Many businesses don't send it if WooCommerce send a receipt. So let's ask, what does it mean if QuickBooks creates an official invoice and it will not be sent to the customer? What does it mean? And I just copy and paste this here, what it said above. What does it mean that this is optional? Many businesses don't send it. Does it mean that I could send it manually or automatically, and will it make a difference? But this is optional, so probably you don't need it. It is really just for reporting or accounting purposes. But let's see what. So let's clarify. QuickBooks invoice, this is optional. Many businesses. It means that WooCommerce also already sent a receipt for the confirmation. QuickBooks, when synced with the plugin, creates a formal invoice. You will have the option, but it's not required. Can you send the QuickBooks invoice? Yes, you can send manually from click the send for the invoice, or automatically MyWest Sync invoice can be configured to auto send. Will it make a difference? Sending the QuickBooks invoice may be useful for B2B clients, and helps in tax compliant invoices. Not sending it is fine for most B2C e-commerce transaction, and not sending it, it avoids the confusing. You may confuse the customer that you duplicate an invoice with. So the best practice is use the WooCommerce receipt for the customer facing and use the QuickBooks invoice for your accounting only. And basically, I think I understand now that if I have a WooCommerce store on the website and a customer is playing, then what do I need? I need two plugins. One is for syncing for accounting and another one is for payment processing, and I understand that the QuickBooks plugin for payment processing is cost, let's say, $80 a year versus other free plugins. But if I use the QuickBooks payment processing paid plugin, then it will help me with. Actually, it's a good question. Does it help if I use the paid QuickBooks payment processing? Okay, there is a typo, but payment processing plugin versus, actually I asked this already, but versus the free Stripe or Square plugin, and I also have the QuickBooks Sync plugin. Does it add much value to have the paid plugin instead of the free plugins from other vendors like PayPal or Stripe or Square? So the question is that how much added value do I get for paying for this plugin? So there are also typos, but I want to see how much how much information Copilot gives me. So let's ask. So I just press enter, and this is a really thoughtful question. How tightly you want your payment processing and accounting be integrated? So I really went around this question a couple of times, paid plugin versus the free plugin, and it once again compares, basically gives me the same information I had before, but I wanted to have more. So what is the extra value do I get for $79? Is the ecosystem, cleaner syncing, my thing can match payment more precisely, simple text request, and when $79 plugin might not be worse if you have a small business. Recommend if you have so $79 plugin is worse if your priority is saving money or processing. So here the question is that match payment more precisely. What do you mean that? What do you mean that it can match payments? So if I use the paid plugin, why will I have? And here I just want to code this. What does this mean? And this is, once again, it's typed and written, and also with some typos. Let's see how Copilot understands it. So here it is. Okay, so let's unpack this. Match payment more precisely, it refers how accurately and automatically link the payment to the correct invoice or sales receipt. When you use the QuickBooks payment, the paid plugin, the payment processed by the payment, the invoice created, the payment exists in the QuickBooks, automatically match them. When you start the payment processing outside of QuickBooks, the invoice is still created in QuickBooks, but the payment must be matched manually or through rules in my work. So why this matter? Because if you use the QuickBooks payment versus Stripe, the payment and the invoice is in the same system, auto-matching the payment, and sometimes it's manual with the Stripe, and you have much more higher accuracy than this. So bottom line is that the QuickBooks payment with the paid plugin, fully integrated ecosystem. So let's unpack this because I still want to have more clarification with these match payments. If the customer is paid by using the Stripe plugin, it pays an amount and will be deposited into my bank account, right? So this is clear. And when I, in comparison to using the paid plugin, when the customer pays and the amount is deposited into the bank account, I will see an amount in the bank account, The question is that if when Stripes puts a money into the bank account versus QuickBooks put a money on the bank account, QuickBooks will match it into the invoice. If it is done by Stripe, then it will not match it. I need to go into QuickBooks and manually match each amount with the invoice. If it is done by with the paid plugin by QuickBooks, then it is matched automatically. So I will not have to go in QuickBooks and match each amount, each figure with an invoice. It will be done by QuickBooks in the system, in the ecosystem. And basically, this is what I want to understand, that is this really what it means or something else? So if the customer paid by using the Stripe plugin, it pays an amount, it will be deposited into my account. In comparison to using the paid plugin, when the customer pays and the amount is deposited in the bank account, I will see an amount in the bank account and will that amount be automatically matched to the invoice or not, or I need to manually match figures in the bank account with invoices in QuickBooks. So I want to see how Copilot understands what I mean with this question. I think I see how it works. I try to understand it, but I want to get some more information from Copilot to give me advice. So let's press enter. And this is the reason why it might be worth paying for the plugin instead of not paying. Excellent question. So here it is. This gets to the heart of how much automation and accuracy you get in your accounting workflow. So let's compare what happens after a customer pays using Stripe, the free plugin. Stripe, the processing payments, deposits the net amount after the fee into the bank account. And I have seen creates an invoice or sales receipt in QuickBooks, but the payment itself is not created by QuickBooks, it's external, right? So the result is I will see a deposit in you will see a deposit in the bank account, and QuickBooks won't automatically know which invoice it matches, right? So you may need manually match the deposit to the invoice. So use the bank feed and the rules QuickBooks to help automate this, and I need to manually reconcile, or I create rules. QuickBooks Payments, the paid plugin, what happens is that QuickBooks the invoice and the payment inside QuickBooks and knows exactly which invoice was paid and marks it as paid. The deposit is recorded in the QuickBooks and matched automatically to the invoice. So you will see a deposit in the bank account, and QuickBooks matches that deposit to the invoice. So no manual reconciliation. And basically, this is exactly the key what I wanted to understand, that why should I have that free instead of paying? Does it really worth paying that almost $80 a year for the plugin? Basically what it gives me is that you don't need manual reconciliation. So I don't need to match a figure in the bank account with an invoice in QuickBooks and reconcile manually. It will be done by QuickBooks. So in summary, and here it gives me a very nice summary. So if I use Stripe, the free plugin, invoice is created by QuickBooks, and here also in the QuickBooks plugin, but the payment created in QuickBooks, it does not happen with Stripe, but it happens with QuickBooks, and it does not match. It requires a manual match with Stripe, and with QuickBooks it fully automated. So I do not have any reconciliation, or maybe just very little if I use the paid plugin. If I use the free plugin, then I may need to reconcile, and most likely I do need to reconcile. So the bottom line is, if you want fully automated accurate accounting with no manual matching, and basically this is really what I wanted to see to help me understand no manual matches, then the QuickBooks payment plugin adds real value, especially if you process a lot of orders or need a clean book for tax and reporting purposes. And I think this was really great information to go through, and also the fees. I got the fees. So this is how Copilot works, and it saves me a lot of time. And after all these questions, what I can do is simply put this into pages. So I can, or I just print it out. So I can add all these. So let's go and add this into editing pages. So put them. So here it is, adding all this information into, so I just go here and I select which prompts and answers I want to add to the page, and it enters into, so it is adding here. I can also adjust how much I want to see. Maybe I just want to move this a little bit away, and I want to add this information also. Let's say I want this information also, so add to the page. So it is putting that information into this page. So I can select which information I want to keep for additional use or for later, or to have it as a reminder. Let's say this was a really nice plan. I want to add this too, add to the page, and it is adding it to here. The left side, what Copilot did, will be held in the history, so I can go back and review it. And what I can do with this right side information, I can add to notebook, or I can just simply transfer it into Word. So open in Word, and this is putting all the information that I selected into Word, and here it is. So I just open it in Word, and here I have it. So what I want to keep from this Copilot questionnaire and prompts is all here. Here are my prompts, and here the answers Copilot made, and also the tables. I hope this information was useful and you may like it. This is just something I wanted to touch on. This is how Copilot works. I just click on the Copilot icon and open the full screen for Copilot, and I open a new prompt, a new questionnaire. On the left side, I can see my conversation. So this is basically the history or the Copilot conversations I made, and the pages are where I select some or all of the conversations to be kept, and I want to put it into Word or OneNote or maybe a PDF. Then I just go into, so this is what I just did, and I can just print it out. So here it is. This is Copilot, and I just love it. So I hope you find this information useful about what Copilot is, and maybe also the information about QuickBooks and online gateways and payment systems and websites. Maybe that was also useful information. So have a successful day. Bye now.